Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do the beer stuff here. A little bit of interesting beer, collaborative beer up in this piece. Schilling. Schilling Brewing in convivial collaboration with Creature Comforts beer. This is their Mersey. This, my friends, be a 3.5% alcohol by volume, English style, dark mild. 3.7, Schilling, Creature Comforts, ale. That's the twist. Listen, love me some Schilling. Reviewed a bunch of their stuff. Dig their stuff. Always fun to get a collab in the books. But it's an ale. I think I probably have had an ale from Schilling, but they're known for their lagers, and that's predominantly what they've done and almost exclusively what I've reviewed. So, I don't know. Sub 4% English dark mild ale from a brewery that just rips lagers. I'm here for it. What else do they have on here? Like I said, collab with Creature Comforts, Schilling Beer, Littleton, New Hampshire. It's just a road. A painting of a road. Yeah. In Mersey. Mercy me. Huh? What are you going to do? So yeah. It is a day. It is a day of just dayness. I poured this way too aggressively. It's probably a hair warmer than what I'd like it to be, but we're reviewing it anyway. But label-wise, chilling the labels, cool, fine, whatever, but they all look the same, which is a bonus for me. Graphical design-wise, they look very, very similar, let's put it that way. So you see their stuff from a mile away, so I can sit here and say it's the coolest label I've ever seen, but it's Schilling beer, so it makes me happy. And that looks all the part of what you'd expect from a dark mild. You're talking about 3 and change, just below 4%. It's got a soft carbonation, actually a pretty decent carbonation on it. You probably can't tell on the camera there. And then it just looks the part of what you expect, a nice kind of pub, dark mild, ale kind of look. Index finger, barely south of khaki colored head with this kind of nice rich brown with a tinge of red kind of core to it. And it looks the part. Again, keep in mind, we're sub 4% here, so I'm getting kind of hot and bothered. So give it a whirl. Let's give it a nose. A lot of chocolate, a lot of coffee. I probably should have said coffee first. There's actually a decent amount of coffee in this sucker. And this nice kind of soft, kind of unsweetened, but somewhere elevated above. I shouldn't say unsweetened. It's a dark chocolate with a subtle sweetness to it. So it's not straight baker's chocolate, but really has this nice kind of coffee element to it. And it is really what you'd expect from a pub ale, just very, very much malt leaning on it. Malt, rich chocolates, coffees, toasty, roasty maltiness, done and done. The nose comes off much, much bigger than what you expect from like a 3.7% beer. You're getting up there in that 5% range. So it has that nice kind of big, burly aromatic for it. With it, in it, one of those words. Is that going to follow through in the taste? Let's dive in. Find out. Cheers, y'all. It's delicious. Absolutely delicious. Hitting way above its weight class. It has this robustness to it. And it's so hard to pull off at 4%, let alone 3%. And it's got that big coffee component to it. There's a little bit of tannic bittering in here, so you'd assume some Kent Golden fuggly kind of hoppy thing going on in this sucker. And it's got this beautiful, almost silken, like, kind of mouthfeel. Again, it's not getting to the point where it has this kind of lush silk, like hazy kind of mouthfeel to it, but there's a softness to it that kind of makes you think cask vibes to it, even though it's just straight out of the can. There's definitely like an herbal, tannic tea-like element to the hops here. So it's kind of a cool interplay back and forth, because you get that roasty, toasty coffee component, but you get those tannic tea-like kind of hops. It's almost like a blend of tea and coffee in a very, very tasty way. I never actually thought about blending those two things together, but it really does kind of work for this beer. I like this. I like this quite a bit, actually. And the fact that it's 3.7, it's just got me all kind of hot and bothered. Man, that is tasty stuff. Just this lingering, toasty breadiness with that touch of coffee in your tongue is such a cool kind of element in this beer. And again, I keep having to mention ABV because this is drinking well above 3 and change. It's up in that 5% range as far as impact and flavor and stuff like that, without getting too heavy-handed or too out of spec. This is really, really good stuff. And honestly, I've been a sucker for, darker, low ABV ales and lagers for quite some time. It's been a while since I found a really, really good one. Outside of my typical wear, I'm always, give me some, Von Trapp, Shoresbury, even Dunkel, give me a lot of different kinds. I mean, Shoresbury, the Von Trapp Dunkel is really kind of like one of my go-tos. And all those beers are so tasty. I usually try to have something like that in my rotation. In the past week or so, just really haven't had any darker beers. Maybe I'm fibbing a little bit. I have some, low ABV, NA, Roasty Toasties from Bravas that has been quite nice. But as far as regular beers, I haven't really had any in my rotation. So when I saw this on a shelf, I was like, hell yeah. And it did not disappoint. This is absolutely fantastic. And me with my ABV thing, lower the better. As long as it doesn't sacrifice flavor, taste, and more specifically mouthfeel. And this one definitely doesn't do that in any stretch of the imagination. No sacrifices here, giving you a full, robust English mild experience with that low ABV in a really, really well-made beer. Man, is this one of the better English milds I've had as of late? Yes. Mount Rushmore says yes. Baggage availability on this, I want to say it was $14. I'm okay with that price point. Any day of the week, collab, come from Schilling down to me, boutique style, I'm here for it, and leave you with, if you like, what will you like this beer? If you like low ABV roasty toasty beers, low ABV ales, again, we're talking about, predominantly lager brewer. I mean, crushing lagers, I think ales are within your wheelhouse. But, if you're digging on low ABV dark beers, you'd be extremely hard pressed to find something markedly better than this, or even on par, to be perfectly honest. It's just that good. So there you go. My review in the books. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let's see. Massive Beers. If you want to check me out doing the social medias up here. Massive podcasting stuff. Schilling Creature Comforts. Have you been to the breweries? Have you had their beers? More specifically, have you had this beer? What was your experience with this beer? Have you had it fresh? Have you had it on, I don't know. I don't think they date their kids. Have you had it on draft at the breweries? I don't know. Let's talk about it. All that fun stuff down there. Hopefully you all enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of sub 4% dark goodness right now. Hope we'll see you next time. Cheers, y'all.